eBay sellers, it's time for another Money Making Monday seller shout out. The sales in this video come from my Facebook group on the Money Making Monday thread, which we have every week, and we've been doing it over 10 years now. So sellers really look forward to bragging about their sales. And if you're not a member, come on over and join us. The information is below the video. So this is the video where the dollar amount does not matter. We are celebrating the eBay community for sales of any size. Okay, we're going to get started with Brian Rappaport, a frequent poster. He sold a Department 56 Harley-Davidson motorcycle shop Snow Village. Who knew they even made those? Paid $10 at a private pick and sold for $49.99 plus shipping in about 6 weeks. Now, this was back in the summer, so get those items listed. It does not matter the season. eBay knows no seasons. Anything can sell at any time. Next up is Suzanne Keene. Durango harness boots purchased at a family-run estate sale for $8. Sold 2 months later for $79.99. So there you can see the title, Durango men's harness boots, size 9.5, double E, black leather. $8, sold for just under $80, so 10 times what she paid for them. Next up is Linda Peters. Paid $1 for this item and it sold in 3 days. This is an original, genuine Harman Kardon remote control. Sold for $24.49. Nice flip. And yeah, those remotes can sell for good money. So if you're not looking at them, you might want to start. Mary Van Rens paid 75 cents, sold in 1 day. I always check the socks and pantyhose. The item is 3 Sigvaris Truly Sheer Trouser Knee-High Pantyhose. How about that? They're only knee-highs. They're not all the way up pantyhose. These sold for $29.95. She only paid 75 cents. Next is Marlene Pierce. Free to me. I won these at a small cafe free raffle. Was listed almost 2 years. I accepted best offer. So the item is Chemex Filter Drip Coffee Maker with a glass handle, 8 cup. Now that's interesting that it has the handle on them because a lot of those pour over coffee makers just have the neck where you would hold on to pour the coffee, and around the neck is like a cork piece so it doesn't slip. So I don't think I've ever seen one with the handle, so that's a little unusual. Anyway, it was free and looks like it sold. Well, it sold for best offer. She didn't say how much, but she had it priced at $25. So interesting item to look for. Okay, Kim Furman, listed for a few hours. I paid $5 at a local thrift store and sold for best offer of $38 for a pair of scissors. Yes, folks, it's Lisa Frank, the highly coveted Lisa Frank products. So the actual title is Vintage Lisa Frank Crafty Cutter Scissors with Holder New Old Stock. So anything with that Lisa Frank, look it up. However, as with all popular vintage items, there are modern day copies. So make sure you're looking at the date it was made because not every single Lisa Frank item out there is going to be vintage or a good flip. You want to do your homework and check the date it was made to make sure you're pricing it correctly. Okay, Tammy Mitchell, purchased at a garage sale for $1, sold in 9 months for best offer of $18 plus shipping. This is Kona Soul swimsuit for women, leopard print. Now, Kona Soul is a Target brand. Some of those suits do sell for good money. Not all of them. It's just like anything else. You got to look it up and check the style and the color and the size and all that. So $1 and it's sold for $18. So that's a pretty good flip for a Target item. Sarah Amick paid 25 cents at a yard sale and sold in 1 week. The item is Elemis Pro Collagen Night Cream. It is a travel size, so half an ounce. That's a great flip, 25 cents, and it sold for $12.99. I love looking for the travel size perfumes and health and beauty products because not everybody wants that great big size and they may actually be traveling with it. So, um, you know, sometimes really good things come in small packages. Dina Napoli got this vintage Coach purse at a family run estate sale. It was the last day and they wanted everything gone, so they told me to make a pile. It was in rough shape, so the guy sold it to me for $1. I spent a little time cleaning it up as best I could. Thank God for YouTube videos. Sold for full asking price and it took 3 weeks to sell. It is a vintage Coach Patricia's bag, leather shoulder bag. And look what she got for it. $73.50. It cost her $1 and a little bit of time cleaning it up. So way to go, Dina. Next is Janet Turnage. Got at an estate sale for $1 and sold in 1 day for full price. I don't understand it, but I do love it. The item is new old stock, vintage Kotex Security Slender Tampons, 1989. Well, Janet, I don't understand it either, but I do know that these types of items are purchased for props, in the background or maybe in the foreground of TV shows and movies that are set back in these eras where these products are popular. So rather than recreating a fake one, they just go buy one on eBay and they've got what they need for their props. And I've noticed there are so many series and movies coming out on streaming services, Netflix, Hulu, that take place back in the 70s and 80s. So retro is a hot thing. However, if they can buy the prop already made, it comes out better for the production crew because they don't have to, hire an artist to do it and spend all this time making something. They can just buy it. So that's my input. If anybody has anything else, please put it in the comments. Maybe there's collectors of these things and they've got an entire room of it and they just collect it. I don't know. So fill us in if you know more. Okay, next is Carla City. Bought this in March at St. Vinny's for $5. Didn't get it listed till May. Sold this morning for $59.99. Flameware Pyrex glass percolator, 9 cup. $5. Sold for $60. Rhonda Quintero. Paid $1 at a yard sale. Sold within 3 weeks for $75. Oh, I love this item. I remember this show. Greatest American Hero Deluxe Collector's Edition DVD, 13 disc set. Sold for $75. Believe it or not. Remember that theme song? Believe it or not, I'm walking on air. Okay, moving on. Jamie Baker, found at the bins for about $1. Accepted an offer of $65 after being listed a little over a week. This item is on my BOLO list. Teaks by Gabrielle, women's size 9 ballet flats. And Teaks was one of Oprah's favorites every year when she had that episode about, Oprah's favorite things. This was on there, and that's what helped it skyrocket in fame and popularity, was being one of Oprah's favorite things. So $1 sold for $65 in a little over a week. Dorcas Martin, bought at an auction for $5, sold in 3 days for best offer of $40.50. I almost didn't list it until I saw it was made in Italy. Vintage Italian gold gilt Florentine shell wall mirror. $5, sold for $40.50. Carol Brune, paid $5 at a garage sale, sold for $49.95 in one day. New Disney Pixar Doug Days plush talking dog toy. $5, sold for just under $50. Tanya Bruner picked up this vintage Burton hat at an estate sale for $2, sold for $30 in about 3 months. Rare Burton Snowboards red plaid flannel hat snapback, and that is a vintage item made in USA. $2, sold for $30. Okay, next is Donna Shirley, paid $1 at the thrift store, listed for less than 2 months. Abercrombie and Fitch denim shorts, black distressed cutoffs, sold for $16.94. And I know it's the style, it's the fashion, but it just amazes me every time I see something like this that looks like it's, been run over by a car, that people actually pay good money for. But I guess I'm just traditional and conservative, and we were not allowed to wear jeans or shorts with holes in them as I was growing up. So it just goes against the grain of how I was raised. I know it's the style, it's the thing, but you know, distressed doesn't really cut it. How about destroyed? $1 sold for $16.94. Okay, Sue Ann Akers paid $5 at Goodwill, took 9 months to sell for asking price of $39.99 plus shipping. Women's Chico's denim vest, tapestry and embroidery, size 3. So a lot of things going on with this Chico's item that sold for $40. I've sold Chico's ever since I started on eBay in 2003, and it's not just, oh, anything Chico's is going to sell, it's specific characteristics. So this is a size 3. I think their biggest size is a size 4. I've found a few of those in my eBay lifetime. So size 3, and it's interesting and different. It's denim. It's got that tapestry and embroidery on it. So you got to be picky when you're selling Chico's, not just everything sells. And Sue Ann was patient. It took 9 months to sell. $5, sold for just under 40. Okay, Jill Kaylee, I hope I said that right. If not, please tell me. Bought these at Goodwill for $4.99, sold on sale for $35.10. I love finding discontinued cleaning stuff. Clorox Ready Mop Advanced Floor Cleaner. I did not know about that one. So $5 and flipped for 35. Mark Sherrill paid $1 at an estate sale, sold for $40 plus $8 shipping. New Tube Bath and Body Works White Cosmic Cream. I have not heard of this. $1, sold for just under 40. And it's 8 ounces, so a full size tube. Nicole Cunningham. This was the only dud from the collector. It was unfortunately damaged. Paid $40, so still made a little profit on it. Sold quick in less than a week. Department 56 Coca-Cola soda fountain with box Christmas in the City series 2004 with some damage. So it's still sold for $64.95. She did pay up for it, but there was a little damage on it. So, you know what? Don't beat yourself up when that happens. Sometimes you just sell it for what you paid for it and get your money back. Sometimes you have to take a little bit of a hit on it. That is the nature of the business. Nothing is guaranteed. So, just keep that in mind. Don't beat yourself up over these things. They're going to happen. Moving on to Terry Wilcox. Got this last week at Goodwill for $5.99. Sold for best offer of $30 after 2 days. Eldrith Pottery is from Pennsylvania and they stopped production in 2017. The item is Eldrith Pottery 2002 Cobalt Blue Stoneware 8-inch bowl or plate lighthouse signed. $6 and sold for 30, and thanks for the tip on that pottery line. Denise Rogge. I paid 75 cents each for these at Goodwill on September 15th and listed them together in hopes they would sell faster that way. They sold in 2 days for $15. Two Cocapelli laser enamel metal figurines on sandstone and one tea light. So $1.50 total, sold for $15. Bill Hunt got this shirt as part of a haul at a house clean out pick. I paid $160 for enough stuff to fill my pickup bed. This one was fun because it advertised a long closed shop in my hometown. Interesting that it's going to Kentucky. It sold for $49.93. Vintage 1990s motorcycle shop motocross Jersey Pritchett cycles out of Porterville, California. So probably $1 or less for this, and it sold for just under $50. Janice Buchanan found at a local thrift for less than $1. Sold within a day of listing for best offer of $20 plus shipping. New old stock Waverly Garden Room blue table round tablecloth new 70 by 70 discontinued. And it's sold for $20. She only paid $1. Steve Gittler paid $895 for a large collection of this pattern in an online estate auction a few weeks ago. So far, between eBay and replacements, I've sold $3,400 worth. This sold for $25. The brand is Meissen Blue Onion Double Salt Cellar Dip Sauce Dish. That is a mouthful. Okay, so I don't know what the actual individual price is. Sold for $25, and Steve was recently on the podcast talking about his success with replacements and selling china and dinnerware in general. So if you missed that, you might want to check it out because he has a lot of great information and he is a true success story. Okay, now we've got Kim Womack with some dice. You guys know how much I like dice now. Anyway, she says, bought a jar full of dice at an estate sale for $3. Second lot sold in less than a week for full price. So this is a vintage dice lot, red and white, Las Vegas Casino. So it must say on there, oh yeah, it says the mint and the sands. So they're special. And this lot sold for $29.99. Maria SC had for 2 weeks, sold for full asking price, paid $2. Crocs women's 9 sexy Serena sandals, $80. Oh, that's surprising for Crocs sandals. So they're a size 9. That's kind of an average size. $2 sold for $80. I was looking at the size because if it's a larger size, 11, 12, those are harder to find. There's not as many of them. So this was a size 9. Julie Gambino picked up 2 sets at a local thrift shop for $1.50 each. Sold both in less than a week. Sold for full asking price of $15.29 each. They are wooden create a turkey decorating pumpkin gourd. Oh, you stick them in your pumpkin or your gourd like for a porch decoration. Do it yourself, home craft kind of thing. $15.29 for each set. Olivia Poole. More DVDs from the same sale. Had $1.50 in the lot and sold in 3 days for full asking. Fargo Complete TV Series Seasons 1 through 3. Sold for $29.99. Patricia Roberts. Item was free to me. It belonged to my aunt, who is now in assisted living. Her husband worked at the Mac dealership for decades, so you think it was a promotional item. Listed in March for $85 and received several offers of $50 or less. Accepted $75. So it is a Mack Truck Bulldog Piggy Bank, vintage 1970s. It was free and sold for $75. Bethany Henderson paid $6, sold for $60 in 2 weeks. I'm relisting all Halloween stuff every week. So I think what she means is she might be ending it and restarting it so it's fresh and possibly could go to the top of search. Pixar Cars Tow Mater Disney Kids Plush Costume. $60 and she paid $6. Cheryl Green purchased at Goodwill for $2. Sold in 8 days for $15 plus shipping. New inbox Mountain Flow Refrigerator Water Filter. Jennifer Hungate purchased for $7 at an online auction and sold for full asking plus shipping. Took roughly 1 year. It is a bottle washer for your kitchen sink, glass washer sprayer cleaner, new in box. Sold for $21.95 and cost her $7. Leisha Rouston bought this ceramic beaver in August 2022 for $1.99 at my local Goodwill. Finally sold after about 2 years for $74.99 to a buyer that used my 20% off coupon. It is Royal Crown Derby Beaver Paperweight Bone China with gold flowers, signed, 3 inches tall, made in England. Wow, that is a great sale. $2 and sold for just under $75. Tina Wozniak, found at Goodwill bins when traveling home from vacation. $1.50 to $15.99. This book has condition issues but was still sellable. Sold in 10 days. It is The Great Migration Begins, Immigrants to New England, 1620 to 1633, Volume 1. So your basic book flip, $1.50 to $16. Jackie Johnson, purchased for $4 at a local Salvation Army thrift store. Sold for full asking price after 4 months to a buyer in Salisbury, Maryland. Riker, anti-stress lace-up ankle boots with inside zip, size 8.5. Sold for $38.99. Maggie May, new without tags North Face men's slippers given to me to sell, so no cost to me. Listed September 1st and sold for $39.99 on September 17th. I've been using the promoted listings feature at 2% and feel like it helps with sales. So there you can see the North Face slip-on black slippers, and I didn't even know North Face made slippers. I guess you just have to assume that everybody makes everything. So I learned so much from making these videos because I get to see all the stuff that you guys are selling that I don't know either. And we're going to end with Kathy Jordan Hermans. Paid about $12 years ago thinking I would use this for myself, but ended up carrying it just a couple of times. Listed for $39.95 and sold on offer from buyer in a couple of weeks for $35. Vera Bradley quilted crossbody sling tennis pickleball backpack. And there she goes using that pickleball keyword because that is really growing in popularity and people are buying pickleball apparel, shoes, hats, visors, bags, all the trappings for that sport. So if you've got anything that applies, if it's like golf apparel, tennis apparel, and you have room to switch out the keywords and put pickleball, give that a try and see if you get any more hits and hopefully sales. Okay, we've made it to the end. Thank you everyone for participating. And like I said, I learn so much from these videos and I hear from you all and you guys learn from each other. So I'll keep doing these videos. You guys just keep posting your sales. Thanks so much for watching and I will see you next time. Happy selling everybody. Bye.